the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Assalamu alaikum.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we give Him praise and thanks always for His goodness and His mercy to the human family, that whenever any member of our family strays from His straight path and loses His divine favor, before God punishes, He always extends His mercy by raising one from among the people and feeding that one that which is called divine revelation. And by means of divine revelation, He guides His servant to guide the people back to the path of righteousness, that they may once again come into His divine favor. And this is why we thank God for Moses and the Torah and the Israelite prophets and the Old Testament. We thank Him for Jesus and the gospel and the apostles and the New Testament. We thank Him for Muhammad and the Quran. Peace be upon all of these worthy servants of Almighty God. I am a student of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I could never thank Allah enough for His intervention in the affairs of black people in America and throughout the world, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, who came among us and raised from among us one to be His messenger, to lead, teach, and guide us back to His straight path after having been robbed and spoiled in a 400-year sojourn in a strange land among a strange people. But our time of servitude is over, and God has come that the sheep that was lost may be found, that the bottom rail may come to the top, and that thou shalt no more be the tail, but the head. And the last shall be first. And this is indeed the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our sight. I greet all of you, my dear and beloved brothers and sisters, leaders and teachers and guides of our people, with the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum, but in English it means peace be unto you. Thank you. I want to thank first my dear brother Anthony Muhammad and brother Ishmael Muhammad, and the great work that they have done in trying to make a wonderful 14th anniversary of the Million Man March happen in the great city of Memphis. I want to thank the FOI, because without you and your hard work, and without the assistance of the laborers in the various cities and towns, we wouldn't be here today and with any hope of being successful. We thank you, members of the FOI and the MGT of the Nation of Islam. But of course, I am so honored to be in the presence of my brother, the former mayor and future congressperson, Brother Harrington. I love this man with a deep passion, because he's a man of great principle. And there is no leadership that is a good leadership if it is not grounded in righteous principle. There's no way in Memphis that this brother could have been elected and re-elected for 5 terms if he had not in his time served and served well. And of course, no matter how good anyone is in this world, nobody has 100% loyalty, devotion. If Jesus, the Master, did not have it, I don't know why we should expect it. Not in a world like this. But if you can get a majority of the people to be with you in the doing of good, you can say that God has blessed you to be a good servant and therefore a good leader. For the Master said, he did not come into the world to be ministered unto, but to minister. So he said, let him that would be greatest among you, let him be your servant. Now that word servant is a difficult thing for black people to serve each other. It's not difficult for us to serve those whom we've been trained to serve. Can I get a witness?
Yes,
But today, the problem in America and the world is so great. And the problem of our people is so great. It demands that quality of service like we have never done before to lift our people out of the terrible condition that they are in the worst time in America's history and in the worst time of our history in America. You might say, well, how is this the worst time? Because America has elected this magnificent black man to be its president, and we have a magnificent family in the White House. And that beautiful black man has brought to Washington some of the finest minds in black America, so the whole world can look at America and look at us and say that, boy, these people are ready to govern. So could this be the beginning of a post-racial America? Let not the people be deceived.
Yes, sir.
May I humbly say that before brother was elected, he was selected.
That's right.
Now, all of you that are politicians, you know that you sit in rooms with different parts of the community. And some will say to you, I think you should run. We will back you. well, if you do such and so, then I will run.